Well, so I mean, one of the things I always say when I'm asked this kind of question is I really don't think that much about the price of XRP in the short term. You know, I make the like I don't think about 3 days, 3 months. You know, I think more about in the 3 to 5 year. If we drive a lot of utility and a lot of usefulness of XRP in terms of solving that payments flow. And again, we go back to the question about Walmart and Amazon. If you're solving a corporate treasury problem measured in the trillions of dollars, I think there's a very large market opportunity for XRP to solve that problem. You know, how the market behaves even over the course of 2018, I think is hard to predict. I will say that I think the institutional money is just starting to come into digital assets. And that's true for Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP. But I think as that money comes into this, what I mean by institutional money, I mean pension funds and you know, fiduciary managed money. I think that will create a lot of demand for digital assets. And if you have fixed supply, as you do with XRP, and you have increasing demand, you know, you don't have to be an econ major to know what happens if you have increasing demand and fixed supply.
A massive XRP supply shock is coming, and it's closer than you think. And this isn't just another crypto rumor. No, this is confirmed, spoken, and reaffirmed by none other than the CEO of Ripple himself, Brad Garlinghouse, this man right here. This isn't speculation, this is a strategic warning from the man running the company behind the XRP ledger, and you need to pay attention. Because here's the basic law of economics. When supply is fixed and demand shoots through the roof, what happens? Prices explode. And that's not just a theory. That's exactly what Brad is warning us about in this clip right here. We're on the edge of something massive, people, because institutional capital, I mean trillions of dollars in dormant cash, is preparing to pour into digital assets. And guess what? XRP is on the front line of that flood. This isn't just about speculation or trading anymore. This is about global utility, corporate infrastructure, and solving a problem worth multi-trillions of dollars. Brad Garlinghouse says XRP is being positioned to solve the broken corporate treasury system. And yes, we're talking about giants like Amazon and others in the same league. These corporations move billions daily across the border. Traditional banking systems, they're slow, expensive, outdated, but XRP, it settles in seconds with fractions of pennies in fees. It's a no-brainer. This video is absolutely massive because it confirms that we in the XRP army have been saying for years, a supply shock is coming, and not in decades but in the matter of years. Here's the reality, the supply of XRP is fixed, 100 billion coins ever, that's it. No printing more, no inflation, but demand. That's about to grow exponentially. And here's where it gets even more mind-blowing. XRP is currently priced at just $2.22, but if what Garlinghouse says is true, and the data backs it, we're looking at a scenario where XRP doesn't just 10x, it could 50x or 100x and beyond over the next decade. Let me show you something. I asked ChatGPT, yeah, the AI right here, to calculate how XRP circulating supply will evolve over the next few years based on current escrow releases and burn rates. I fed it reliable data, and here's what I got. 2025, right now, 58.5% of total XRP is in circulation. By 2030, that number jumps up to 74%, and by 2039, 100% of XRP will be released into circulation. That's all of it. Game over, and no new supply. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2039? That's 14 years away, but hear me out. You don't have to wait until then for the prices to start moving. The market is always forward-looking. Smart money is already positioning themselves. Once 70%, 75%, or 80% of the supply is circulating, the pressure kicks in. That's the real moment of supply shock. And here's the year-by-year breakdown. End of 2025, 61%, 2026, 64%, 2027, 67%, 2028, 70%, 2029, 73%, 2030, 74%, and so on and so forth. Every single year, around 3% more XRP is released from escrow into circulation. That might not sound like a lot, but when paired with increasing utility, adoption, burns, and real-world demand, it's everything. Because at the same time that supply is shrinking relative to demand, we've got new partnerships being forged, new use cases going live, and billions in liquidity getting ready to be deployed on the XRP ledger. And don't forget the burn factor. let's talk XRP burns. This right here is a chart of daily XRP burns from 2022 to today. Look closely. In June 2023, we saw a massive spike, over 60,000 XRP burned in a single day. That's one day. What happened? Highly likely a high traffic day with heavy XRP ledger activity. Fees are burned automatically with every transaction, but more importantly, this isn't just the beginning, because as volume grows and enterprise scale applications go live, burn rates will follow. We've already seen spikes, but what happens when we start burning hundreds of thousands or millions of XRP daily? The supply shock accelerates, not just from fixed limits, but from literal destruction of coins in the process of utility. This is deflationary pressure. And just so you understand, the current numbers as of right now, the total supply of XRP, 99,986,181,777. That means around 13.8 million XRP has already been burned since XRP launched. Now, some will say that's not much, but we are at an inflection point, actively ramping up. Real projects are onboarding, developers are building, central banks and financial firms are testing liquidity in corridors. Burns will increase just like they have on Ethereum after IEP 1559. It's inevitable. So XRP holders understand this. The CEO of Ripple has gone on record confirming that massive demand is on the way, and the numbers don't lie. The supply curve is flattening, the demand curve is rising, and when they cross, boom. What do you think happens to the price of XRP when Amazon-sized companies, institutional banks, and governments start routing treasury flows through RippleNet, through the XRP ledger? You think $2.22 is gonna stick around? Nah, that price will be a laughingstock in a few years. You look back and say, how did I not buy more? $2 will be a dream, a fantasy, a ghost of the past, because once the shock hits, these prices are gone forever. This is the kind of setup that doesn't come around often, the kind of asymmetric opportunity that creates generational wealth, but only if you're early, only if you're paying attention now. So here's what you need to do. If you want to long or short XRP, go to Wynand Crypto, and on this video you're going to find a link to sign up to BTCC to be able to trade Bitcoin and XRP and other cryptocurrencies. And guys, with BTCC you can get a limited time $10,000 bonus on your first deposit. This is where I'm trading. This is where I can open all of my long positions, all of my trades. I think it's a fantastic place to be trading, so make sure to use the link down in the description below if you want to sign up and start trading XRP. Like this video, share it, send it to fellow XRP holders, subscribe, tap the bell, comment below, let the algorithm know that the video matters, because everyone needs to know, and I want every single one of you to be ready. I want you to be positioned. I want you to be informed and empowered. Big things are coming, big money is coming, and XRP is ready. XRP family, XRP army, I love y'all, and I will tell you the future is bright, but the window is closing fast. Until next time, Wynand Crypto out.